let's revisit a conversation that we was having about Philadelphia. Now, all summer long, we've been covering these armored truck robberies. And what did I say? What did I say? I said that they were eventually going to get caught, and most people can't stop. They make a career out of it until they do get caught. Let's get into it.
A suspect on the run caught on surveillance video, hopping fences, dashing through backyards on the main line. This as two neighborhoods are swarmed by police.
Cop cars, the FBI, and they was back there. They had the fellas on the ground and everything. So I didn't get out, and the streets was full up with cop cars all over it.
Oh, it was a manhunt from the city to the suburbs for three suspects accused of going on a terrorizing crime spree over the summer, robbing armored trucks. Now, the police activity forced several schools into lockdown mode while neighbors were told to shelter in place. Good afternoon to you, everyone. We're also streaming live on CBS News Philadelphia. I'm Natasha Brown.
And I'm Yuki Washington. Ciafa Lewis is off today. And all three suspects were caught, two in West Philadelphia and one in Montgomery County's Bala-Cynwyd section.
Our investigative team has been covering the story since it broke just before noon today. Liz Crawford and Joe Holden live in Bala-Cynwyd right now. Joe, let's start with you.
Well, Natasha and Yuki, sources in law enforcement tell me that the FBI believed to have had in its sights the crew believed to be responsible behind these armored car robberies. And then something went wrong. That crew was realizing that they were under monitoring and surveillance by federal agents, and then they fled. The FBI and other departments joining in the chase out of West Philadelphia in the city, all the way through, snaking through parts of Lower Merion Township, all ending here in Bala-Cynwyd. Now, those suspects turned down what would be a dead-end street off Conshohocken State Road in Bala-Cynwyd. Police say the suspects got out of a white Honda Civic and fled. We have video showing one of those suspects hopping two fences in a nearby yard. Law enforcement has been on the hunt for the armored car robbers since the spring. Sources say in one of those robberies, close to $1 million was taken. This afternoon, we watched as SWAT teams fanned out through the wooded neighborhood, checking on homes. The mood was tense. Here's Lower Merion Police Superintendent Andy Block.
At 11 o'clock this morning, we received a call from Philadelphia Police and the FBI that they were in pursuit of three individuals that were wanted for the armored car robberies in the city of Philadelphia. The pursuit ended up in Lower Merion, going through Bala-Cynwyd and Merion. We got additional information that the white Honda that they were trying to stop was located at the dead end of Snowden Road off of Conshohocken State Road in Bala-Cynwyd. Our officers, along with Philadelphia, responded to that location. We located the car. It was unoccupied, but there were weapons in that car. We believe everybody was out on foot. That's when we started tracking the individuals with our emergency response teams as well as our canine units.
And the story goes from there. Lower Merion Township Police say at around noon when Philadelphia police stopped.
Ain't that where Kobe went to school? Lower Merion? Somebody let me know in the chat. Didn't Kobe go to school in Lower Merion?
White Charger at 52nd and Parish in West Philadelphia. Police there confirmed two men were apprehended and taken into custody. This is video from a witness. We're told they had been in Lower Merion and had called someone to get a ride to West Philadelphia. Police say a third person was eventually apprehended in Bala-Cynwyd. Late this afternoon, the FBI confirming that they were tracking. They were aware of this alleged attempt to rob yet another armored car, and this is how it all played out. The FBI is now the lead on this case, and as far as further comment, they declined. We're live in Bala-Cynwyd. Joe Holden, CBS News, Philadelphia.
And Joe, thank you for that.
Well, the string of armored truck robberies began back on June.
What did I say was going to happen? What did I say was going to happen? Was that they were going to get caught because they was on a no-plan. Most people that commit crime are not doing it as a way out. They don't have an exit strategy. They're going to go buy some chains, go pay off mama's house. They're going to do all of this stuff. And then they're going to adjust their lifestyle to whatever it is that they're doing. Look at this. These guys was never planning on getting out the game. They thought that they was going to be robbers forever. July 22nd and August 12th. June 26th, July 15th. July 2nd. They've been robbing for a long time. They've been doing the devil's work for a long time. They had no regard for authority. They felt like they hadn't been caught. And I told you, because most people cannot stop and or they go and revisit the scene of a crime. What you thought, that they was going to get a regular job? That this was what y'all seriously have a misunderstanding of what a criminal does. Y'all have a serious misunderstanding of what people that make bad decisions in life, how they see things. They don't look at this as a one-off and be like, you know what? We gonna get us $1 million. We gonna rob this one. We gonna rob this one. We gonna rob this one. We gonna rob. They hitting all four, right? And so y'all are misunderstanding exactly the type of person that y'all dealing with right here. They don't look at this situation and say, you know what? We gonna do a one-off. And I already got an offshore bank account set up. I already got a flight purchased. And I'm going to go somewhere where I can be extradited back here to the United States of America. And so I'm going to just do this one off and get up out of there. And they always got friends. They always got somebody that they work with. So now you're depending on other people not to tell on you once you start showing money.
June 26 outside the Aldi at 5200 Whitaker Avenue in Lawncrest. On July 2nd, a Brinks truck was robbed on Frankfurt Avenue in Holmesburg. And less than 2 weeks after that, on July 15th, there was another Brinks truck robbery on Castor Avenue in Oxford Circle. On July 22nd, on Old York Road in Elkins Park, a Brinks truck driver called police after spotting a car with masked men inside with weapons. That car took off. And then on August the 12th, at that same location, robbers took a bag of money from a Brinks truck driver as he tried to enter a store. During that tense search today, Lower Merion Township Police issued urgent warnings to thousands of residents out there in the Bala Cynwyd area.
They were warned to keep their doors closed and not approach any suspects. Liz Crawford was in the neighborhood talking to residents about what happened, and she joins us live right now from Bala Cynwyd. Liz?
Well, Natasha and Yuki, all quiet now, but I can tell you some neighbors here are pretty shaken up. They were told to shelter in place, and at least 10 schools were on lockdown for about 2.5 hours, while police officers, SWAT teams, and undercover officers swarmed their properties here in Bala Cynwyd. Now, we saw police with long guns and protective vests patrolling the perimeter of the area, and dozens of police vehicles throughout the neighborhood. We actually met 2 teenagers today who said they saw one of the suspects run right by them while they were unloading groceries. Their parents gave
Boy, look at them good Jewish kids.
Run right by.
You running through their neighborhood? Do you know what kind of car that is? I believe that's a GV70 or a GV80. That's a Hyundai Genesis. That's a Genesis. That's a Genesis. Do you see that nice neighborhood? Huh? With the covered connector? That's old money right there. You see them? They done already got their bar mitzvahs. Their wives are already chosen for them. You running through that neighborhood, you getting caught. You getting caught, dog. I don't know what you thinking. You ran into the wrong. You see them. See the hats, the small hats on the back of them heads? You getting caught, dog.
By them while they were unloading groceries. Their parents gave them permission to talk with us.
Y'all never getting out of jail. You're never getting out of jail now.
We're taking out the groceries, and then through that fence, he just pops out. I'm like, yo, like, because it's not normal to see someone just walk through the backyard. I'm like, what's up? And then he doesn't say anything. He's like, kind of like.
See that? Paid for a house, all of that stuff. This is the type of guys that y'all not gonna like. These the guys that the ladies grew up with, and they was like, I don't want them. I want that one over there. I want Spoon. I want Spoon. I don't want them. I want Spoon. Spoon is dangerous. Girl. He dangerous. Yes, I want Spoon. I want Spoon. I'm telling you that's what's happening. That's what's happening. They don't want that anymore. They don't want these young gentlemen. They want the quarterback of the high school football team that's going to jail when he's 25, 26 years old.
Whatever, you could tell like something's a little bit off, not saying anything.
Look at that young man. Look at him going out. You see that tree line? You see them big trees out there? See that tree line street right there? What is that? Is that a Honda or is that an Acura? I can't even tell no more.
The teen said the man, dressed in a black t-shirt and black shorts, then...
Y'all know who y'all are. That's why the ladies is laughing so hard inside of the chat. That's why they laughing so hard inside of the chat, because y'all know it's the truth. Those young guys that's going to own all of Hollywood, nah, we don't like him. We're going to go over there with Jamal.
You could tell like something.
The teen said the man, dressed in a black t-shirt and black shorts, then ran across the street into another person's yard. We talked black shorts, then ran across the...
Bro, you hopping the fence to somebody that got a Rivian R1T. That's an electric pickup truck. Do you know how unique, bro? You going to jail. You're going to jail, buddy. You're hopping the fence of somebody that has a Rivian pickup truck, electric SUV. You're going to jail. All day long. You got to look at the context clues.
The street into another
What's up,
person's
Aaliyah?
yard. We talked with the family who lives there. They gave us this surveillance video, which shows the suspect jumping a fence into their backyard, and then another angle of him walking through the yard and jumping their back fence, headed to another...
That's D.L. Hughley's neighborhood, I believe. I could be wrong, though. That's that. If not, then it's certainly adjacent. That's Roland Martin's type of neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? That you in the wrong place. That's where Roland Martin live and Kamala Harris. That's where Charlemagne and them be at. You know, the most pro-black of them all. They live right next door, probably. Who knows? That's their neighborhood. That ain't your neighborhood. They not coming back. They not living in the city where they from. They out of there. Out of there. Martha's Vineyard, baby. Hamptons. Not the black part either. Not the part that was segregated. Obama and them. Michelle. They in the Hamptons. Boy, they not you. They over in this neighborhood.
Street, which is where Emily Zager said police swarmed her home and yard and eventually captured the guy a few doors down.
That wallpaper.
We were terrified. I mean, the police were literally in my garage. They were all through every window in my house. There was police. So, I just called my husband and said, "Get home from work now, and we need to buy a gun."
Now, neighbors told me there.
Nothing like a woman telling her husband what to do. Hey, the police is out here apprehending some people. Get home from work now. I'm a stay-at-home mother. Get home from work now. And we're going to buy a gun. No. I said it. I've already put my foot down. I've said it. No, that's what y'all want. That's what y'all want. Y'all want some chicks that's going to sit there and tell you exactly what to do, that's controlling everything. And I tell my husband, get home now from work. And we got to buy a gun. That's what y'all want. I want y'all some good snow. And I ain't talking about Jeezy's album. Jeezy's album is Payroll made the album that Jeezy was supposed to make. Payroll Giovanni made the album that Jeezy, but we'll get there in a minute. Let's finish this.
There are a lot of families, a lot of young children along this street. They say it is possible that he was actually hiding in one of the playhouses in one of these backyards before police
He was in
got
somebody's playhouse.
In Valley Kenwood, Liz Crawford, CBS News,
You're
Philadelphia.
going to jail,
Okay, Liz,
boy.
thank you.
Well, the chaos did spill into West Philadelphia as well. That's where 2 of the suspects were arrested. Our cameras were there at 52nd and Parish Streets as shocked community members all watched police and FBI agents swarm the streets. And we did talk to some neighbors out there who witnessed the arrests and all of that police activity.
We come out and the block is full of cops up and down the street. And so the next thing we know, FBI is here. They pulled the guy out the car. They blocked off the whole block.
They had the fellas on the ground and everything. So I didn't get out, and the streets was full up with cop cars all over everywhere. And it was just danger. I could barely cross the street.
Well, parents in West Philadelphia, they also expressed to us their anxiety during this lockdown of their children's schools as well.
We invite you to stay with us as we.
Yeah, they going to jail. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.